Hey guys, this is Mac again. I just wanted to get another commentary up before we head off to Dreamhack. I'm going to try and do at least one more before I go, but I thought I would get this one up just in case anything happens. And in this one I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're getting to the event and our travel plans, give a little bit of a team update, and then just at the end I'll add in a couple of my little tips and tricks and some simple rules for SnD that I've learned over the years. So as you can imagine with the time, this is going to be a little bit shorter commentary than my last two. You'll also notice that I'm only doing S&D rounds that we won. That's nothing specific, it's just simply because the video would be too long otherwise. It's nothing against Payne, they are a great team. And I just wanted to, it's just because I basically wanted to keep this video short. So I also hope the editing isn't too bad as well. The gameplay we're watching is obviously S&D, it's on Seatown. Although a few people might find it boring, I did actually get a couple of requests asking if I would put an S&D up, so I'll put it up and see what people think. If they don't like it, then they don't like it, but I'll put it up anyway. So this is from the best of 9 that we played against the Spanish team Payne Gaming. This was on Friday night, and it was just basically a little scrim just to see how we measured up, because we hadn't really played any Spaniards in a while, so it was always good just to get to know them a little bit before we'd meet. Just on a side note, I wanted to mention that I was really impressed by how structured and disciplined the Spanish teams have become. Since last time we played, I think it was EGL 5, they've changed a lot. They've really matured in the way they go about playing. And I'm really looking forward to playing these guys at Dreamhack and see how we measure up against each other on LAN. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we've seen a couple of upsets, especially from either Payne or Existence. You can maybe see one of the 3 British teams that are going out if they meet them early. Okay, so moving on. I just wanted to obviously mention we confirmed a couple of days ago that we would be attending Dreamhack. I think I mentioned before it was a bit touch and go, but thankfully everything went through fine, and we'll hopefully get to see a couple of you there. I actually leave to go down to Toby's on Thursday, so we'll have a night out in Manchester, and then I'll be staying at his, and I think our flight is on the Friday night. And I'll be back on the Monday and fly back to Gatwick, and I'll fly back up to Glasgow after that. Of the British teams going, which is ourselves, Apex and Prof as far as I know, I honestly couldn't really pick between us at the moment, though I would probably say that Apex and Prof are a little bit of an advantage to us, just because basically we only got a 4th in a couple of days ago. They've been playing with each other a little bit longer. But if I was going to tip anything to be anybody to be a dark horse, I would probably say Payne. Payne Gaming, that's the team with Troja, I think, in it. We've been playing them the past couple of nights and they've really impressed us, to be honest, giving us good games. Okay, so as I mentioned there, we have got a 4th in now, it's been confirmed. That's Jordan Vapez Hadney, who, if anyone doesn't know, is 2 times MVP for EGL. He's obviously a previous winner when he teamed with me and Toby when we were down in London with Bissell as well. The people that we were looking at, Jordan was kind of the easy choice out of a lot of them. He's got bags of experience, as I mentioned, his achievements, and he's obviously teamed with me and Toby before. So it was just a kind of easy fit to get him in. I know I mentioned about going back to SMG, but we were really struggling to find an AR that things clicked with, and who obviously stayed in the team for more than 2 days. So I just wanted to welcome him to the team. Hopefully we've found our core 4 now for the foreseeable future, moving on to Black Ops. We'll just need to see how things go, really. Okay, so just to run through a couple of tips about S&D. Don't know how much people will be interested in this. These are just really very little tips and tricks that I've picked up over the years, and I always try and whoever I'm teaming with kind of make sure they know these little things. I know it's obviously, people might find it boring and people might go, well, obviously we knew that, but I'll just mention it anyway just in case you didn't. Okay, and obviously that is just my opinion. People don't agree with it, that's up to you. So the first one, and in my opinion the most important, is something that I got taught to me from probably the person I learned the most off of from gaming. It was Dope Goat. Back when I first teamed with him, and basically the rule that he instilled in the team and that I've kind of taken forward, made sure that all my teams from then on do. If you've ever teamed with me, you'll know that I always say this in S&D, and that's just basically that if you have 2 people left and on your team, whether that's attack or defence, regardless, these 2 people have got to stick very close to each other, like close enough to each other on the map that if one gets killed, the other one will 100% pick up the killer. It's really simple, but you can trust me, it's really effective. It's certainly helped any team that I've been into a lot of victories in the past. Toby will back me up when we say this. We tell everyone that joined that they've got to do this, and we'll shout it out when they're last two alive to stick together, even if it means running across the map to get to each other, because you'll always guarantee at least one kill, and if it's 2v1 especially, you're almost guaranteed to win the round. So that's my first tip. The second, you'll kind of notice me doing it from here, and it's the reason why I've selected the four rounds that I have, because we won it, so I'm obviously doing it well. And it's when you're moving around about the map, especially as an AR, you always want to kind of keep your back against one of the walls, whether it's one of the corners of the map or one of the sides of the map, or just a wall that you know someone can't shoot you from behind. And it's basically just because of that, because you don't want to be ambushed from behind. It means that you've only got one way to be looking, you don't need to be constantly turning back and forward. I know it sounds stupid and people might say, well, obviously, but again, it's just a simple little trick that people might not have thought of. And the last little tip I'll add in just here about SnD, I've only just kind of thought of this here, and it's only because I noticed somebody in my team wasn't doing it. But this game especially, I personally think that grenades are so much more important than Semtexes and SnD. I mean, I'll use Semtexes in all my SnD and on all my CTFs, and grenades in all my SnDs, just because you can throw them over walls and onto bombs. I'd recommend watching Parasite's grenade video, it should help a little bit with some ideas. So that's just a couple of little simple tips and tricks. They're the things that most top teams anyway will do already, and they will have been developing for years, but hopefully it'll help some people out. Okay, so like I said, I'm hoping to get another video out before Dreamhack. I'll, fingers crossed, be taking a camera with me to the event, and I'll maybe do a Q&A with some of the top players that are there, maybe Toby, maybe Gunshy Swanee. So if you want to comment on who you would like to see me speak to, or any questions you'd like me to ask them, I'll try and see if I can get hold of a camera to take with me. Unfortunately, I don't think my iPhone will be there on time. Thanks for tuning in again. Please like and subscribe.